Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Adrienne and I live in New York City, and right now the weather is a little bit treacherous outside, and what would make me feel better than just being at home in a cozy sweater and swatching a lot of wonderful lip products on my lips so you could see the color. This actually was a request from a subscriber after I was done with my lip declutter, asking to get a swatch of all the remaining lip products in my collection. And that would still be kind of an overwhelming task, but I thought what could be achievable is breaking it into color stories. So I thought I would start off with my favorite color story, which is browns. All sorts of brownie, nudie browns, delicious browns. I love brown lip balms, lip glosses, lipsticks, anything brown. I probably have it, have had it, love it, that sort of thing. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be zooming myself in a little bit closer and swatching all of my lip products from sort of the most sheer to the most opaque, giving you a little bit of information on each, and who knows, maybe inspiring you to pick up one or two shades for yourself to add to your collection. So if that sounds interesting, please stay tuned. There we go. We're sort of centered in frame. If you're curious about any other makeup I have on my face, I will list it all down below. I wanted to start off with the most sheer to the most opaque, so I'll try to keep it in that order. I do have quite a lot. I mean, I got a lot of stuff in my little pouch here. This is the Glossier Swiss Miss Balm.com. This is one of their more recent releases, and it does smell like Swiss Miss, except I don't know, to me it smells just slightly off, and that has prevented me from really enjoying it. Though I asked my husband and my sister and they're like, it smells like Swiss Miss, so maybe my nose is off, but to me there's just something about it that I don't like. I love the texture though, so if you are into Swiss Miss, you might really like this. So this is definitely brownie, especially like you could see it on my finger. It's brownie with some rose in it. It's just very sheer. On me, it pulls a little more rosy, but I do love the color. I wish I loved the scent, and the scent does linger, but this is Swiss Miss. And if you've never tried the Balm.com, it is a staple product from Glossier that I still would recommend. It's excellent, except maybe instead of this one, I would recommend cookie butter or coconut or birthday cake or anything else, but not the lavender. I intentionally started with that one because I thought it would leave my lips nice and hydrated, and it has, so I like that. I don't wear lip liners a lot, but I will mention one. This is one of those Makeup Forever lip liners. I have the shade Endless Cacao. I forgot how much I really like that color. It's a real cool tone brown, but I think it just goes with a lot. So I wanted to go ahead and give that a plug. That's a definite love in my life when I remember to put on a lip liner. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Hot Chocolate. This went viral, so I bought it, and I swatched it in store, and I really loved, now I swatched it on the back of my hand, and I really loved the color, and so I thought I would love it. And the color is quite beautiful, and it has that Fenty Gloss Bomb scent, which I think people say it's like strawberry, or I don't know. To me, it's just extremely artificial, and I don't like it, and I find that it lingers. So it's one of the reasons I've decluttered all my gloss bombs in the past. But I thought this color was going to kind of push me over the edge because I love brown so much. The problem with this one is there's these micro glitters in there. And I don't know if you can tell, but when I purse my lips together, I can feel that grittiness in the shimmer, and that I can't handle. I can't handle lip products where I feel like any kind of grit like that, because I have pretty sensitive skin that kind of tears easily on the inside, especially in cold weather. And those little particles can cause more irritation. So this is not my favorite, but the color is really beautiful. So if you don't have that sensitivity, maybe you will like this one, but this one isn't going to be in my collection any longer. Now here's a Fenty one I'm obsessed with. This is the Fenty Pro Kisser Lucious Lip Balm in Coco Drizzle. This one has a real mild scent to it, and it has a little more of a cool tone quality to it. And it's a little thinner than the gloss bomb, so it's not as highly reflective, but it feels so nourishing, so wonderful. I don't know why more hype is not given to these lip products in Fenty's line in particular, and I would love for them to make more in more colors. So I think there's only 4 in the range, but that Coco Drizzle is gorgeous. This is one of my favorite sheer brownie lip products. Normally lives in my purse. Here's another beautiful sheer luscious product. This one is from Merit. This is their tinted lip oil in the shade Falcon. So this one has no scent. This one is quite a bit thinner than the Fenty and has a tiny bit more warmth in it, but also like some richness. So that is Falcon there. It's beautiful. I am not the biggest fan of the signature lips from Merit. I find them to be very inconsistent depending on the color that you choose. But these here, the lip oils, are really the special product. I find them to be consistently beautiful regardless of the shade. I find that the way the product sits on the lips, it's really hydrating, gives you really nice color, and it doesn't feel like the color is going to migrate everywhere. This is another one that easily lives in my bag. I love to reapply it, and it just makes my lips feel so, so good. So if you are a dry lips person, I really recommend this one and the Fenty Pro Kisser. I think those are both really luscious, hydrating lip products. The next one is the Revlon Shine Lipstick in Sparkling Honey. One of my favorite formulas. I have a long video on all the shades that I have this collection. This one is a barely there, but there is brown in it. So it's picking up a little more pink probably, or kind of like a toasted pink on camera, but in person there's quite a lot of coolness. This is like the ideal gel lipstick to go over any kind of lip liner. So it's so comfortable. I can still find this online through Amazon. I don't know why Revlon sort of discontinued selling this in mass drugstores here in the States, but this is just one of the best lip products ever. Nice, thin, cushiony, makes your lips feel plush formula. So this is the shade Sparkling Honey. This one I'm going to include, but it is a huge disappointment. However, I am going to wear the heck out of it because I spent a lot of money. This is the Hourglass. It's these lip, it's like the, what is this called? Like the volumizing balm. You bring it up and it has a real melty formula similar to the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip, you know, the clickers that they've come out with, Tarte. It's very similar to that in texture. This online looked a lot browner than it was in person. So this is the color Trace. It's like those Tarte lip products. It's very, very thick. This one definitely has a little more orange in it, but there's brown. There's just not a lot of pigmentation. Feels very nourishing, but then there's a slight minty quality. So I do think this is very much like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumping. It has that same slight cooling. I personally don't like that cooling on my lips. I think that that type of peppermint oil or whatever is used actually damages my lips in the long run. But I know a lot of people love that. And so that's what this is. I think you're better off probably getting one of the Tarte Juicy Plump Lippy things. I mean, it's half the price and it's the same freaking product. And I don't think that this is even offering like any real special colors or anything. I was really disappointed, but I am going to use it up, I think. I did a video swatching every single shade of this line. This is the This Is Milky gloss by NYX. They had a few different brownie kind of shades, but the one that I really, really loved was Milk the Coco, this one here. It's this cool toned, crazy color. Oh, I love it so much. It's super editorial, not for everyone. It smells very strongly of malt. So to me, it smells like a very rich malty beer. Again, not for everyone, but I actually love it. I love this scent. It's so unique and so specific. It makes me like want to go out and get a Guinness. I mean, seriously. I'm not even a big drinker, but if I am going to drink, I do like a really good, rich beer. And this is, oh my God, this has that scent in it. And I love the color. I just think it's really sophisticated and the formula is top notch. This is another very sheer balm-like lipstick, but it has a bit more body to it. It's a very unusual formula. This is by Linda Hallberg. This is one of the Fantastick lipsticks in the shade Famous. And I think it's just such a pretty, soft brown. So if you are a big brown lipstick wearer and you're kind of like looking for different tones to wear, this is like one of the best nudes in that vein. This is by Huda Beauty. This is one of the cream lipsticks in the shade Moneymaker. This one has a little bit more spice in it, a little more orange in a way. It's really, really beautiful. The formula also is really nice. And it does have a slight scent to it, but I actually love this one. This one has been in my home office purgatory in a way. The more I wear it on like my emergency Zoom calls and stuff, the more I love it. And so yeah, I think this is really special. I would be curious to try other colors in this formula because it really is a nice formula. It's not too thick, but it has a really good amount of pigmentation. Now I remember why I put Moneymaker in purgatory. This is the Lisa Eldridge Luxuriously Lucent lipstick in Meet Me in Berlin. It is the same exact color as the Huda Beauty Moneymaker. And in fact, the formula is so close. I know this one has been sold out for a while, so I recommend this one in its place. A lot easier to get your hands on, and darn it, it has a lot of the same texture. I would say the Lisa Eldridge Lucent one is slightly thinner, but I feel like this one has better lasting power. So this is an iconic shade for me in my collection. This is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Lipstick in Telluride. I love this color. I've worn this color for so long, but actually I think I have to part with this lipstick. It's the smell is actually turning, which I haven't had a Bobbi Brown lipstick product like that turn on me yet. It's pulling much more rosy on camera, but there's a lot of brown in this. And yes, there is rosiness, which is why I think it's so flattering. This formula in general is a wonderful formula. I just don't think that they are investing in it as much as they should any longer. And I don't know if some of their stock is aged, because I think I picked up, this was a replacement one and it's already kind of turned. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but I don't know. It's still a beautiful formula. I just wish it didn't smell funny. If you are looking for a rich brownie based color but has a lot of life in it, isn't going to kind of pull everything down, it's going to kind of bring everything up, I think this is a great color. Here is a super easy nude for me to wear. This is Smashbox Always On lipsticks, this one here. This is Higher Self. I love this shade. I love this lipstick. This is a fantastic cream, comfort cream lipstick. One of my favorite formulas and recent finds, like I'd say within the last year and a half. I love this formula. This is a formula that I am probably picking up another shade here because I like it so much. It's just like a normal, good lipstick. And it has a slight vanilla scent. I think very similar to MAC lipsticks, but I don't know. I like them better. I've liked the shades in this line a lot. And I think this is like such a wearable brown, like mid-tone with some rose in it, brown, but super easy if you are looking to really wear brown on the daily. So this one is almost like an amped up version of Telluride by Bobbi Brown. And this one feels amazing. Doesn't smell funny. It's great. And it's also by Bobbi Brown. It is in the new Luxe lipstick formula. I just did a video on these. And that shade there, I mean, that's what I have always asked from Telluride. It's always delivered, usually in a more blotted down look, which I will do. So there, that is that shade Bond blotted down and gives me that Telluride feel. And I find that this formula is even more comfortable than the crushed lipstick. So maybe I don't need to get a replacement after all. This is Coffee and Cigs by MAC in their Love Me lipstick line. Very similar also, that toasty rosiness to the Telluride, to the Bond. Maybe this one leans a slightly richer in a way with a little more plum in it, but definitely in the brown family, looks much more stark and brown, almost cool tone in person. It's one of my favorite shades that MAC has ever come out with, and I love this formulation. It's a real rich, comfortable formula. Actually, the formula reminds me a lot of the Bobbi Brown Luxe. So at half the price, maybe this is where you want to go first. So every time I put on a NARS Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm, I am reminded why I love this formula so much, why I had every single shade, except I gifted one to my sister, and why it's such a good product. Oh my gosh. This is Dangerous Affair. This formula is so good. It's so thin. It feels so hydrated. It gives you this richness, but you just can't believe it's as rich as it is with as thin as it is. It's such a good lip product. And I always will shock me why they haven't expanded the line into other colors, but it is so good. So good. It's like so vampy. But it's vampy in a way that is sort of easy for me to wrap my head around and like look forward to wearing versus like so stark and scary sometimes. Sometimes I think I want to wear vamp, but then I go and I do it and it's a whole other story. But Dangerous Affair is good. And when you blot this down also, this is the shade Blotted Down. Still hydrating, still comfortable, and still a real beautiful rich color. This is Velvet Sorcery by Lisa Eldridge in the Velvet Matte Lip Formula. This formula has gotten a bit better. The first few ones I tried in the formula, they actually cracked and were very dry, even at the get-go. But this one feels much more comfortable. It's one of the newer ones I picked up and definitely has some of that same rosiness as the Telluride, as also Bond. I feel it's like within that same brownie rosiness. This one is the matte, the most matte of the whole bunch. So if matte lipstick is your thing, you might really love this one. This one is so good too. I forgot how good this was. This is by KVD Beauty. It comes in this really cool packaging, kind of bubbly and white. It's in the shade Next Wave. This is a kind of a greige brown, definitely cool girl 90s vibe, but like Next Wave. I mean, the name says it all to me. I feel like I should be listening to some Cure right now. Like, this is so good. Such a good lip product, really nourishing. And I think these are called like the Epic Kiss lipsticks. They're really great. And I always see them on sale. Highly recommend them. They're really awesome too, because when you apply them, you can twist them up easy. They twist up and down. It's not like one of those click products, but they're very emollient and they're very easy to work with because of how small they are. And I just love that. I really do love that. This is a fantastic product. And it also smells heavenly. It smells like no other lip product. It smells like real caramel, like a sugary caramel, but not fake. It smells really decadent. And yeah, it's lovely. So I really love this. I love doing this because this reminds me. This is by Urban Decay. It's one of their Vice lipsticks in their matte formula, 1993. Even though it says matte, it's not matte. This is not matte. Not when you compare it to like Lisa Eldridge matte. This is a comfort satin lipstick. And it's really pretty. It has a little, it is definitely cool tone leaning, but not as cool as the one I just tried on from KVD. Has a slight bit more warmth to it. And I think 1993 sums it up. I think it's a great color. And this formula is fantastic. All the 3 different formulas that come in the Vice lipstick, the sheer one, I forgot what it's called, the matte and the cream, all are really exceptional lipsticks. So if you do like any of the colors, I would recommend the formula. It's a great formula, great on the lips, nourishing, non-drying, thin, a lot of slip to it, really comfortable to wear all day. This is the shade Caffeinate by Smashbox. Oh, another always on cream lipstick. This one's a little tricky because it has that vampiness that I love from the NARS Soft Matte and Dangerous Affair. It's so creamy, it's so wonderful, but it can be a little messy to apply. So I actually did use my Endless Cacao lip liner just around to soften it a little bit if you want to wear it full on like this. It is so beautiful though, and it definitely has a bit more punch to it in its color than the Dangerous Affair, just slightly richer, slightly more. And that formula, it's like butter. It's like softened butter. That's what this formula feels like. So if you feel like softened butter on your lips, I love the vampiness. I love it so much. I don't know, it scratches an itch. I am such a 90s child. So that does it. I gave you all of my brownie lipsticks. So we swatched 19 colors, and I definitely think I could part with some of them. Definitely the Gloss Balm is not for me. I can finally part with my beloved Telluride because it is past its shelf life. I'm really quite disappointed with the Hourglass, so maybe I'll use it a little bit more and then I'm gonna scrap it. Can't stand the scent of this one. And then I think the Huda one, I really would love a different shade in this because truthfully, it's too close of a dupe to Meet Me in Berlin from Lisa Eldridge for me to keep both. I'd rather use the Lisa Eldridge one. Parting with those 5, I will then have 14 brown lipsticks or lip products when I'm feeling brown-y, which is like every day. I feel brownie every day. I think I'm such a 90s girl, you know, like that's when I was a teenager. That's all the fun in my life happened in the 90s, the music and everything, and just the grunginess of it. I'll always be a grungy girl, you know? I was emo before emo was a thing. You know? So I feel like this brown lipstick is like a little nod to my younger self. So even when I'm wearing, you know, whatever I'm wearing in my daily life, I just put on a little brown lipstick and it's a nod to the world. This is who I really am. You know what I mean? So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed the thought behind this video in terms of like seeing my collection this way, actually trying things on, talking it through, and look, I ended up doing like a little mini declutter, so not so bad. Let me know your thoughts. What brown lipstick am I missing in my life? What do you think I need to incorporate? I am gonna have a nude video, like more nude colors, and there might be some there that are a little more warm leaning, brown leaning, but I decided to keep those with that kind of grouping. So if you're looking for more light nude colors, don't worry, they're coming. Yeah, come say hi down below in the comments. Give me suggestions. I am so open to it. And I hope that everyone is just having a wonderful time and has a happy and safe holiday. Okay, take care, everyone.